Before superships like the Infinity entered service, there were very few UNSC vessels which could stand up to a Covenant cruiser in a direct engagement. The most powerful ship type within this very elite group was the Punic Class Supercarrier. Before and during the Human Covenant War, the Punic was humanity's ultimate capital ship. We'll break it down today. As a note, some of the images and content in today's video comes from the amazing mod Sins of the Prophets. Now, technically their rendition of the Punic is not canon, and we only have one official image of the ship, but I think the Sins version is well thought out. I'll also put a link to the mod down in the description. At around 4 kilometers long, the Punic was 4 times longer than a Marathon or Halcyon cruiser, while also being remarkably thick. The Punic's main offensive tool was a pair of high-powered Macs. According to Meet the Big Hitters, an article on Spartan Games, which you can only view through Internet Archive, the Punic class is fitted with 2 Super Macs, which can be fired into the forearc independently or combined, so will be tied any enemy vessel in front of this attack, as a whole lot of pain is headed their way. Generally, the power of a magnetic accelerator cannon is scaled up depending on the platform carrying it. The Punic is 4 kilometers long, and before the Infinity, the largest UNSC warship. The gun would thus be significantly more powerful than the Mac on a cruiser and the most powerful ship-based Mac during the war. Additionally, the Super prefix is only used on the Punic, orbital defense platforms, and the Infinity, so the ship is keeping good company. Speaking of the Infinity, there are multiple ways the Punic clearly inspired the latter vessel's design. Like the Infinity, it had secondary mini-Macs alongside missiles and other traditional guns spread across the ship. Interestingly, the Punic also carried underslung frigates or corvettes, though we don't know how many. This allowed it to deploy an escort fleet anywhere in the galaxy. In addition, the Punic would have carried a large complement of fighters and support ships. The main way the Punic falls behind the Infinity is pure technology. The supercarrier entered service before the Human Covenant War and lacks the precise slip space drive, shielding, advanced sensors, and upgraded Series 8 Mac of the Infinity. The history of the Punic, speaking of, is nicely summarized on another archived Spartan Games page. The Punic, lead ship of the line, and its sister ships were created at the end of the 25th century by the Colonial Military Authority, a precursor to the UNSC. They were used against insurrectionists and later the Covenant. The best known Punic was the Trafalgar, the center of Reach's defense fleet, which was destroyed as the planet fell. Other Punics saw action during the destruction of Estuary and the evacuation of Charybdis 9. A single Punic, due to its immense strength and its almost unique ability to stand up in one-on-one engagements to Covenant capital ships, was an incredibly important asset. Meet the Big Hitters has the following quote: "Unfortunately, the destruction of each supercarrier also means an irreplaceable loss of the elite crews and material that slowly erodes the UNSC's overall effectiveness. By 2552, only a handful of Punics remain spaceworthy." Given the fact that there is no evidence of supercarriers present at the Battle of Earth, I find it quite likely that the class was fully wiped out by the final blitzes of the Covenant in 2552. Due to the serious advancements in technology by the end of the Human Covenant War, it's unlikely that the UNSC would ever create more Punics, but they still have a special place in history as the largest and most powerful war and pre-war ship of humanity. Anyway guys, that is all for today. Thank you everyone for watching this video. What universe and ship should I cover next? Make sure to let me know down in the comments. Everyone else, take a look at the comments and make sure you upvote suggestions that you like, so they rise in visibility. If you haven't yet subscribed but you enjoy my content, make sure you do so now, and if you want to be notified of my daily videos, make sure you also hit the bell button. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like. Anyway, until next time guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.